and welcome to Talk of the Town on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
And welcome to Talk of the Town for this Wednesday, January 13th. I'm Gary Stevens. A little bit later on, we will be having a Patty Vandenberg, What's New Around Holland, in about an hour. After that, we'll have a chat with Ottawa County Sheriff's Lieutenant Eric Westphier. We'll have some open line following the 10 and 11 o'clock news blocks. But first, we need to pass along this to you. Southbound US 31 at James is currently blocked off because of a crash. Please seek an alternate route. Again, US 31 at James currently blocked off because of a crash. Please seek an alternate route. It seems appropriate. We talk about a crash scene when we have our quarterly chat with Alex Doty of the Ottawa County Road Commission. He joins us via the Zoom connection. Alex, good morning and Happy New Year to you and everybody involved with the Road Commission.
Yeah, good morning to you. How are you this morning?
We are well, and you know as well as I do and most of our listeners, stretch of US 31 from basically New Holland Street, the Holland Township line, all the way to Chicago Drive and even further down. That's a pretty tough stretch of roadway, and we've had our more than our share of incidents along that stretch.
Yeah, you know, that is one of the main thoroughfares through Ottawa County, from people getting from Muskegon to Allegan, and you know, Ottawa County residents getting from, you know, north to south and south to north. So, you know, that is one area we concentrate on heavily, and you know, winter's a time where a lot of our trucks are seen along there.
The reason why I bring that up as a tough stretch, I know it's a state trunk road, similar to, you know, I-196 or in Allegan County, US 131. And last week when we had a couple of Allegan County commissioners talking about some of the problems along US 31, there was some issues. In fact, almost a couple of weeks ago, we chatted with Allegan County Sheriff Frank Baker and his captain Chris Kuhn about the US 131 issues last month. How much of a dialogue does the Road Commission have with the State Road Commission on the trunk roads when we do have some dangerous situations, saying, hey, we got a lot of accidents here, what can be done? Is it sort of like a coordinated effort with your office and the state office to get the situation solved?
You know, it's primarily the state is involved with, you know, making any changes and fixes to that. You know, we're primarily responsible with the routine maintenance of that road and those, you know, state trunk lines. Any improvements to safety or, you know, changes to design or engineering would come from MDOT and, you know, their engineering team. And, you know, we'd probably be kept in the loop on that. But as far as, you know, all the decision making goes, you know, they kind of take the lead and do their magic, so to speak.
I just was thinking maybe, you know, the Road Commission might say, hey, you know, friends are Lansing, hey, we got a little problem on US 131. Can you sort of take a look at it, sort of like point them in the right direction? That's what I'm thinking about.
You know, if we see something that might be out of the ordinary, we'll probably mention it to our colleagues and, you know, the different transportation field offices in Muskegon and Grand Rapids, and then they can pass that along to the powers that be in Lansing. But as far as, you know, any major decision making goes, they're kind of the ones that take the lead on that.
395-1450, 395-1450. If you have a question for Ottawa County Road Commission spokesman Alex Doty, he can be able to answer that. Before I go too much further with some of the points you brought up, again, I'm going to reference Allegan County Road Commission. They last week in front of the county commissioners sort of put together their plan about what they are going to do for 2021. Obviously, Ottawa County has a similar thing. What are some of the key projects, some of the key things the Road Commission would like to do during 2021 with roadways that are directly involved with the county this year?
Yeah, you know, we have another, you know, pretty busy year of projects planned for 2021. You know, we already have our website up to date with the list of projects that will be tackled. So I encourage the public to go check those out. One, project here, real quick, that will impact some people this coming spring over in Zealand is the bridge on Byron Road. That's going to be taken care of and fixed so that those weight limits will come off that. So that's, I think, for people down in the Holland area, in Zealand area this year, I think that's the big one that people can be aware of. And, once we have more details on, when that will be and all the details about detours, we'll be sure to share those. But, that's something that we're looking forward to. And I know a lot of truck traffic and, the industry down there that utilizes that road is looking forward to as well.
The reason why that's an important project, besides taking care of the load limits, especially since MDOT has already intimated that their ongoing work in improving I-196 moving west from the segment they've done over the last 2 years from Kennewa Avenue, the county line, to 32nd Avenue in Hudsonville. They'll be moving west along that route. And in conjunction with that, then, to have the Byron Road Bridge east of I-196 in the Friesland area taken care of and improved, that certainly will help, because that will probably be used as sort of as an alternate route to get traffic moving along besides Chicago Drive.
Yeah, I imagine plenty of folks will take that and to have that improved for them, that'll make that shortcut commute for them when they make those improvements on the freeway a little bit easier and easier to take.
395-1450, 395-1450. We are still in the situation involving the outbreak, the COVID-19 outbreak, and a winter storm response plan has been formulated by the commission in conjunction with other road agencies in our region. Tell us a little bit about how this is being done so that all the road commissions in our area are taken care of once eventually we are going to get clobbered with wintry weather, especially.
Yeah, this was something that, we looked at, recognizing that, COVID-19 is something that everybody's dealing with this year. And, to top that on with a winter storm, if we had a winter storm event and we had a garage facility go down with, a lot of people out due to COVID-19 sickness, we would have an issue with, lack of resources and, taking care of the roads. So we said, what can we do to make sure people get plowed out and get to where they need to be and the infrastructure is taken care of. So the road agencies here in West Michigan kind of brainstormed and, used an existing mutual aid agreement that we've, had for a number of years and said, let's come to each other's aid if needed. And, if there's a situation where, say, Kent County has a garage that goes down and they have a number of people that call in sick, our resources are able to go in and provide some help for them, and vice versa. If we had a facility, it become, quarantined due to COVID-19, we could call on the help of Allegan and Kent and Muskegon counties to assist us in covering any of those areas that are in need.
395-1450, 395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with Alex Doty of the Road Commission.
Good morning, Alex. Thank you for taking my call. I would like to call in about the deer crossing on Riley Street, just east of 112th. There's a lot of deer that get hit there, and I had a good friend of mine a couple of years ago. The deer actually hit him on his motorcycle, crashed right into him. Now, you go in Muskegon County or Newaygo and all that, they've got them caution deer crossing. There's just so many deer there, and it probably slow cars down on that stretch. It's right over the creek there on Riley. Do you know where I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. And I'll bet you, well, my wife travels that quite a bit. There's probably at least in a week, probably 5 deer killed there a week. And you guys have been picking them up, which you do a good job at, but I think there should be some signs posted there for safety reasons. Thank you very much for taking my call, and you have a nice day.
Thank you very much for the call. Alex, that particular spot notwithstanding, what goes into the decision making on county controlled roads as to when the signs go up for deer crossing concerns? What criteria usually is used on that?
That's a good question. I'd have to, check with our sign department and kind of see. I've never really thought of that. So you got me stumped there.
Sorry to do that, but obviously we're out of the rut. But and I know the state has certain criteria for state roads that will control that. But I'm thinking county roads, county control roads. I know there's a stretch along Kennewa Avenue on the far, eastern side, where there might be some deer issues as well. And we still got a dead deer in front of our place over in Jenison, so it could happen. Please be aware. Let's get to some more calls. Good morning. You're on the line with Alex Doty at the Road Commission.
Hey, good morning. In Olive Township, there are 2 roads that were done 2 summers ago with the chip seal. You're familiar with that, I'm sure. And it was never covered with stone after the first year that it went down. Now we're going into the 3rd year. When the snowplow comes through, which you did in the last couple of weeks, they are dragging that blade so low and so hard that they're peeling up the chip seal. So what's the purpose of putting a road in like this that are not as heavy duty as a tar, as you well know, but why do they have to ruin it by putting that blade down so low that they peel the top off? There's spots that are coming up. So, and one road is, I think it's 100th Avenue south off 96th Avenue, and the other one is south off of Polk Street on 116th for a quarter mile. Would somebody check that and somebody tell the plow drivers not to tear up the road? I mean, what's better, a little snow cover or the road being destroyed? Thanks. I'll listen for your answer.
Appreciate the call. Thank you very much, Alex.
Yeah, we can certainly, I marked down the locations there that you would, asked about, the caller had asked about, and, we can certainly have our operations team go look at that and check that out. I know that, the drivers do have to put, pressure down on the blade to, get the snow off the pavement. And, that does take some, that can do some damage to, chip sealed roads and, kind of remove some of that material. But, they do, in order to get that surface clean and clear, they do have to apply pressure on that and, to get that off. Because it's that double-edged sword. If you do a good job and get it off, people are appreciative of it. But then, you get other issues where people say, oh, you took something off. And then if you don't, you get other complaints about, not enough snow being removed. So, it's a fine balance. And our guys, they really, have to kind of walk that fine line when they do that kind of work.
Now, along those lines, and I'll get to the next caller, when there's damage in a chip seal situation, such as what the caller has said, after the supervisors take a look at it, you have to go back and revisit that chip seal again and might have to make an emergency repair. Maybe not now, but during the spring and summer months.
Typically those are, that's a preventative, surface treatment. So, unlike a road with like a pothole or something like that, that's not something that we typically go in and patch up. That'll typically wear down over time. And a lot of times that's revisited in the future, in a future treatment. But I don't think it's something that, we'd go back specifically and take care of.
Okay, I just was kind of wondering whether or not it's something that needed to be emergency or moved to the queue.
Yeah, it's not something that's gonna, that's gonna deteriorate the pavement or something terrible is gonna happen in general. But obviously each case is its own situation, and we can, look at it and investigate as needed.
395-1450. Good morning. You're on the line with Alex Doty of the Road Commission.
Yeah, I've got a question for him. I'm not sure if it's a Holland Township Road Department or what, but on the corner of 8th Street in Holland and Chicago Drive, where we've got that Y, there's I guess it would be the northeast bound traffic on 8th Street going around the corner. There's a left turn lane there for Verhaeg Motors. Could we have that repainted so that it extends for the left turn lane going the opposite direction for Fairbanks? Because people are cutting when they drive westbound on 8th Street to get on 8th Street again. They're always cutting through that lane anyway. And in the past 10 years, I've probably seen one car use it to go into Verhaeg Motors.
All right. Alex?
That's something our traffic engineer would have to look at and make any determination on as far as repainting and, any layout changes and that sort of thing. There's, reasons and different studies that go into determining the layouts and why things are painted a certain way. So.
Okay. Now a thing for the guy that 2 callers back about the deer. I think with DNR need to, send the deer back to school to be able to make sure that they look both ways.
I don't know about the intelligence level of the deer, though. I'll be honest with you.
Well, it's also part of the intelligence of DNR. So.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to get in any problems with Eagle, as they call it now, instead of just DNR. Appreciate the call. Thank you. 395-1450, 395-1450. A quick road surface question, Alex, more than anything else, as that caller pointed out. It's every year. Sometimes we see the crews come out, the paint crews come out and they put, guys sitting on the back of the truck and putting the little cone down as they put new stripes and stuff like that. And then I see some markings that are, for lack of a better term, they're pasted on. I don't know whether or not, which way is better or what, because you want to have the markings last for a while. And yet, with the paint ones, they wear off after a while. The pasted stuff, they have to reflect it. You can see it real nice, but, here comes Mr. Plow, and all of a sudden, there goes the paste job.
It's another one of those things where, there's, benefits and cons to each one. A lot of the paint, it has reflective, material built into it. So, when it's painted down, it does have that good reflectivity, and we have to replace that every so often in order to make it visible again and make that new. And, a lot of the stuff that's taped down, that'll be for temporary projects and temporary lane closures. And, a lot of times too, you'll see that at intersections for arrows and, stop bars where they'll put that. And it's, a more, thing that they've started to embed in the pavement a little bit too. I don't know if you've noticed that down on 31 where they've ground down a little bit and then it's kind of sitting flush with the pavement. So, we're hoping, and at least I'm hoping that helps them stick in there a little bit better.
Has the Road Commission considered using reflectors? I know some roads in other parts of the state and in other states, they have reflectors, especially on 2-lane roads that accent the actual painting. Is that really cost prohibitive for a county road commission to do, or is that really more for a state situation?
I know the state highways have a lot of the reflective, barriers and things like that. I'm sure, where, if our engineering team determined that there were areas where it was necessary, they would likely do that. A lot of it is kind of determined based on, the safety and where things are needed. And, it just, there's a reason and a rhyme for doing things a certain way.
Alex says we continue our conversation. The Ottawa County Road Commission is helping out the Ottawa County Department of Public Health on a very important matter. Tell us a little bit about how that effort has been going.
Yeah, we're excited and pleased that we've been able to partner with the Ottawa County Health Department to provide, host testing sites for their drive-up COVID-19 testing. We've done a number of them so far, and we've held another one here in Grand Haven yesterday afternoon, and they've been well attended. And it's good to be a part of a good community cause like that to help get people the necessary testing that they need, knowing that we have the space for that testing, and they have the expertise. So, it's two organizations that you wouldn't think would, work together on something, coming together in this crucial time to give people needed testing supplies. So, we encourage people to look at the Ottawa County Health Department's website and for information on additional locations, and, to contact them with questions, because they're obviously the ones putting on the events. But, we're just happy to partner with them to, be the host for those.
Are those sessions weather contingent? In other words, if you got a major snowstorm, sorry, we can't run it today. We gotta get our trucks moving.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we, stressed with them when we, coordinated these latest ones was, given the uncertainty of the weather, there could be times or days where, unfortunately we'd have to say we can't host this today because our lots will be busy with trucks moving in and out, and, snow coming, to remove snow. So.
One final thing, Alex, we'll talk a little bit about winter driving and making sure you clear out space for the Mr. Plow and the trucks going along. How can people get a hold of the Road Commission in case they have some issues, especially with, say, knockdown mailboxes and all those lines?
Yeah. If people have any issues for that, we encourage them to reach out to us. Our office number is 616-842-5400. We're open 7:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. They can always leave a voice message on our answering service after hours, and we can get back with them. Or they can visit our website, www.ottawacorc.com, and then click on the Contact Us tab up in the top right corner and send us an email that way, and we'll be getting back with them that way as well.
Alex Doty from the Ottawa County Road Commission joins us every quarter or so. In other words, our next chat will be in the month of April. Alex, thank you very much for joining us this morning on Talk of the Town. Wish you and the Road Commission nothing but the best over the next few months.
Oh, you as well, and look forward to the tulips and all the nice spring weather next time we talk.